Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 300 a.m., staring into the darkness wondering why sleep abandoned you once again? The house is quiet. The world is still. But your mind, it's racing. If you're a woman over 50, especially in your 60s or 70s, this isn't just a fluke of age or a side effect of a late-night snack. It's your body whispering something urgent about your hormones, your emotions, even your future health. And if you listen closely, it might just change how you face the rest of your life. In this video, I'm going to share 5 essential things you must do the moment you wake up between 3:00 a.m. and 5:00 a.m. Things that can turn restless nights into deeply healing, insightful hours. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the very end because tip number 4 is the one most people ignore. Yet it could be the key to unlocking better sleep, a calmer mind, and a more energized you. Before we dive in, it would mean the world to me if you'd like this video. It helps us share more wisdom on graceful aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do and hit the bell icon so you won't miss future videos. If you find this video helpful, comment 1 below. If it's not your cup of tea, comment 0 to let me know how we can improve for you. Now, let's get started. 1. Don't force sleep. Do this instead, picture it. Your eyes snap open. You glance at the clock. It reads 3:17 a.m. Its glowing numbers silently mocking you. Dread settles in. You know this feeling. You've been here before. Your mind starts spinning through the mental math. If I fall asleep right now, I still get 3 hours. Wait, make that 2.5. Oh no, it's already down to 2. Sound familiar? It's a loop. So many of us fall into the anxiety spiral. And ironically, the harder you try to force sleep, the faster it slips through your fingers. Here's the thing no one tells you. Waking up at this time doesn't mean something's wrong. In fact, it's surprisingly common among older women. But panicking about it or trying to force yourself back into slumber, that's the real enemy. Think of it like this. Trying to sleep by willpower is like trying to untangle a necklace in the dark with gloves on. The more you struggle, the worse it gets. Why? Because the very act of stressing about being awake triggers cortisol, your body's natural wake-up hormone. Cortisol revs your nervous system into high alert, your heartbeat quickens, your mind sharpens, and now you're more alert than when you went to bed. So what should you do instead? Here's your game plan. Step 1. Change your posture. Instead of lying there defeated and tense, sit up gently. You're not leaping out of bed, just signaling to your brain that you're no longer trapped in a sleep struggle. This small shift helps interrupt the stress cycle. Step 2. Breathe with intention. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Slowly inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold gently. Then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Do this a few rounds. Why does this work? Because deep breathing stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as rest and digest mode. It tells your brain and body, we're safe, we're okay, we don't need to panic. Your muscles will begin to loosen, your mind will soften, and most importantly, your body chemistry will begin to shift away from cortisol and back toward calm. Step 3. Play environmental detective. Now ask yourself, why did I wake up in the first place? Is your pillow suddenly too flat? Are your sheets wrapped around your legs like a boa constrictor? Is the room stuffy or freezing because someone left a window cracked? These small discomforts can disturb sleep without you fully realizing it. Don't just endure it, fix it. Fluff your pillow, straighten your bedding, adjust the temperature. Science shows that a cool room around 60 to 67 degrees, that's 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, is ideal for sleep. And don't forget to sip some water. Mild dehydration can also nudge you awake. Step 4. Embrace the witching hour. Now, here's something most people don't know. The time between 3:00 a.m. and 5:00 a.m. has long been called the witching hour, or the hour of the wolf. While that might sound spooky, many of the greatest minds in history actually embraced these hours. Did you know that Leonardo da Vinci practiced polyphasic sleep napping in short bursts around the clock? or that Nikola Tesla reportedly slept just 2 hours a night and used the stillness of early mornings to dream up inventions that reshaped the world. So maybe this early waking isn't a curse, but a secret invitation. Step 5. Turn the wake-up into a moment of clarity. Keep a simple notebook by your bed. When you wake up, instead of spiraling into stress, jot down your thoughts. A worry, an idea, a to-do list item. It doesn't have to be profound. These half-asleep ramblings often reveal insights we miss during the busy day. Not into writing, try a soft, low-stakes distraction. But don't reach for your phone, the blue light will wake you up further, and social media is a rabbit hole best avoided at 3 a.m. Instead, picture a serene image, waves gently rolling on a shore or a sunlit forest path. Let your mind drift gently. If needed, get up and stretch. Roll your shoulders, extend your arms, take a few steps. The goal here isn't to fight sleep, but to remove the pressure and create space for sleep to return naturally. So the next time 300 a.m. comes and you're wide awake, don't panic. Don't wrestle with the silence. Instead, breathe, adjust, observe. These quiet hours can be moments of peace, insight, or simple reset, but only if you allow them to be. And remember, this is just the first step. In the next part, we'll explore what your emotions are trying to tell you when you wake up during these hours, and how one simple mindset shift can make all the difference. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, comment one below to let me know you're with me. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content that supports your journey to rest, balance, and vitality. So you've accepted the wake-up call. You've stopped forcing sleep and taken your first breath toward calm. But now what your eyes are open, your mind is alert, and your body feels off. Dry mouth, twitchy legs, maybe a strange warmth creeping through your core, even though the room is perfectly cool. It's subtle but real, and it might be pointing to something most people overlook during these pre-dawn hours: dehydration. 2. Hydrate, but do it smartly. Let's set the scene. You glance at the clock. It's 3:47 a.m. Your mouth feels like it's been stuffed with cotton balls, your legs can't stop fidgeting, and there's this faint heat radiating from your chest despite the cool sheets wrapped around you. Familiar? If so, your body is likely whispering something urgent: I need water. But not just any water, and not in any way. You see, dehydration doesn't always scream. It creeps in silently, like a thief in the night, especially while you're asleep. Even though you're resting, your body is still hard at work, losing water through breathing and sweating, drop by drop. And when that delicate balance tips too far, your system sends you a signal: wake up. Here's the thing though, how you hydrate in the middle of the night can either help you drift back into peaceful slumber or send you further down the rabbit hole of restlessness. Let's start with what not to do. Avoid the ice-cold shock. Yes, I know when you're feeling hot or groggy, it's tempting to guzzle ice-cold water straight from the fridge. But trust me, that's the last thing your sleepy system needs. Drinking cold water in the middle of the night is like splashing freezing water on a cat. It shocks your system awake. Your stomach tenses, your nerves jolt, your body gears up like it's daytime, and your journey back to sleep becomes even harder. Instead, reach for room temperature or slightly warm water. It's gentler, familiar, and matches your internal temperature. It slips down easily, restoring hydration without sending alarm bells to your brain. Keep a small bottle or glass of it by your bed. Not a full pitcher, not a gallon jug, just enough for a few steady sips. Boost it with electrolytes. Gently water alone isn't always enough. While you slept, your body quietly lost more than just H2O. It shed electrolytes, tiny minerals like magnesium, sodium, and potassium that regulate muscle relaxation, nerve function, and overall cellular balance. Ever wake up with a dull headache or feel wired but exhausted? That strange combination might be due to a subtle mineral imbalance. Here's an easy fix. Add a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt like Celtic or Himalayan salt, not the processed iodized stuff. Just a few grains. You're not making soup, you're lightly restoring what your body needs to rebalance. Not a fan of salt. Try a splash of fresh lemon juice instead. It's not only refreshing, but also supports digestion and brings a natural dose of potassium to the mix. These small additions can make a big difference. Sip slowly. Let your body receive it rather than flood it. This isn't about drowning your thirst. It's about tuning in, supporting the system, and preparing your body to return to rest. Feeling anxious? Chamomile to the rescue. And if your wake-up call comes with anxiety, say a tightness in your chest, or your brain replaying a cringe-worthy conversation from 3 days ago, there's another gentle tool you can use. Before bed, prepare a lightly steeped thermos of chamomile tea and leave it at your bedside. You don't want anything too hot or strong, just a soft floral brew waiting in the wings. Chamomile contains apigenin, a compound that binds to receptors in your brain and helps reduce anxiety, promoting calm and inviting sleep. It's not a miracle drug, it's ancient natural and backed by both tradition and modern science. The gentle warmth soothes your throat. The subtle taste redirects your thoughts. And before you know it, you're slipping back towards sleep rather than spiraling through worry. Plus, chamomile hydrates without overloading your bladder, which means you won't wake up again in an hour needing the bathroom. Why this all matters? You might be wondering, can one small drink really make that much difference? Yes. Because dehydration doesn't just dry your mouth, it disrupts your sleep cycle. When you're low on fluids, your heart works harder, your temperature regulation goes haywire, and your muscles may cramp or twitch. These subtle disruptions can pull you out of deep sleep without you realizing the cause. You might just think you're a light sleeper, but your body's simply asking for what it needs. Think of hydration like topping off oil in your car halfway through a long journey. You're not flooding the engine, you're keeping everything humming smoothly so you can keep going with ease. So next time you find yourself groggy and parched in the early hours, don't rush to the kitchen and chug a tall glass of ice water. Instead, sip warm or room temp water. Add a dash of minerals or lemon. Use chamomile for calm if needed. Make it a ritual, a gentle, nourishing moment of self-care, a pause that helps you reset and guides your body back toward rest, not resistance. Next, listen to your emotions. They might be waking you up. You've hydrated, you're more comfortable, but there's still a lingering heaviness, a hum in your chest that's hard to name. It's not just physical, it's emotional. Could your feelings be the reason you woke up? In the next part, we'll explore how your emotions, especially grief, stress, and unresolved sadness, might be quietly tugging at your sleep between 300 and 500 a.m. We'll also look at ancient and modern wisdom that explains why this happens and what to do when it does. So don't go anywhere, you're just getting to the heart of it. So you've hydrated wisely, maybe a warm sip of water or a soothing chamomile tea has already calmed your body, but there's still something lingering. A subtle weight in your chest. A hum beneath your breath. And somehow, despite the comfort you still feel, unsettled. It might not be your pillow or your posture, it could be your emotions asking for attention. 3. Check your emotions. They might be the real alarm clock. Picture this. It's 4:12 a.m. You're not gasping or startled, you're just awake. You stare at the ceiling in the quiet dark, and there it is, a heaviness. Not physical, but emotional. Maybe your mind's already spinning, dragging out that awkward phone call from yesterday, or dreading something looming on the horizon tomorrow. You don't know why, but your chest feels tight. Your thoughts tangled. Here's a possibility you might not have considered. Your emotions might have been the ones to wake you. This isn't some vague self-help fluff. There's actual theory, both ancient and modern, that points to the early hours between 300 and 500 a.m. as being emotionally significant. Let's unpack that. Your lungs, sadness, and the 3-5 a.m. window. In traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, these hours are believed to be governed by the lungs, not just the physical organ, but what they symbolically represent: grief, sorrow, emotional release. According to TCM, this is the time of night when the lungs are most active, not just in processing oxygen, but in cleansing emotion. Think of it as your body's emotional janitor, sweeping out the dust and clutter you've tucked away during your busy day. That argument you didn't finish, that goodbye you never said, that burden you're carrying quietly but constantly. Now, modern science doesn't map it quite the same way, but it's not far off. Research shows that emotional distress, anxiety, and unresolved tension can disrupt your circadian rhythm, pulling you out of deep sleep and waking you during the exact hours when your brain is trying to process what you've pushed aside. That's why problems feel bigger at night. It's not your imagination, it's your nervous system unguarded and exposed. What to do? When emotions wake you up. When this happens, don't fight it. Don't push the feelings down or pretend they're not there. And most importantly, don't judge yourself. Instead, give those emotions a moment, a safe container, a chance to breathe. Start by sitting up gently, perhaps propping a pillow behind you. You're not preparing for a therapy session, you're just creating space. Then ask yourself, what am I carrying that won't let go? What's stirring beneath the surface? Don't force answers. Let the thoughts drift in, even if they're messy or incomplete. I miss how things used to be. I'm still angry at Jen. Why am I even awake? Write it down. Don't overthink it. Just grab that notebook from your nightstand. Yes, the one we placed there earlier, and dump it all out. 1 sentence, 3 thoughts, a vague emotion. It doesn't have to make sense. This isn't about fixing it, it's about externalizing it. The power of putting pen to paper. There's real science behind this. Psychologists call it externalizing cognition. The act of writing things down helps your brain process instead of rehearse. Instead of juggling 5 stressors in your head, your mind says, it's on paper now. I can rest. One study from the University of Rochester found that journaling about emotions, even just 15 minutes a night, reduced anxiety and improved sleep over time. You don't need to write an essay. Even 3 lines in the dark can be enough to signal to your brain that it's okay to unwind. Think of it like putting a bookmark in a heavy novel. You're not abandoning the story, you're just closing the cover for the night. Add breath to the ritual. Now pair that emotional release with a physical one. This is where breath comes in, not the automatic kind, but the kind that calms you down. Take 5 slow, deliberate breaths. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold for just a second. Then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Each time you breathe out, imagine tension leaving your body like steam rising from a warm cup of tea. Quiet, natural, gentle. You can even whisper or think to yourself, I release this for now. It's not denial. It's temporary peace, a promise to your body and your heart that you'll return to whatever needs attention, but not tonight. Real calm, not forced sleep. What you're doing in these few minutes isn't some new age gimmick. It's neurobiology. It's self-regulation. It's reclaiming your night breath by breath. You're not trying to be a superhero or solve your entire life at 400 a.m. You're doing something better listening to your body, noticing the signal, and choosing to respond with kindness instead of frustration. And guess what? When you do this, when you write it down, breathe it out, and allow the tension to pass, sleep often returns quietly and willingly. So next time the clock flashes 3:24 a.m. and your heart feels full or heavy or restless, try this little ritual. Just once. Let the emotion rise. Let it out. And see what you might leave behind on that page. Next move, gently reset the body. And if after all this, you're still tossing, still tangled in sheets that feel like a net, your body may be begging you not for rest, but for movement. Up next, we'll explore how a simple 1-minute sequence, no yoga mat required, can reset your nervous system, untangle your muscles, and guide you gently back to sleep. Stay with me. After releasing the emotional tension through gentle breath and quiet journaling, you might feel a little lighter, perhaps even hopeful. But what happens when your brain doesn't get the memo and continues racing like a runaway train? That's where sound becomes your secret ally. 4. Calm your brain with sound. It's 3:58 a.m. You've done the breathing. You've tried the stretches. You even sipped warm lemon water like some kind of sleepy time sage. But your brain... Oh, it's just getting started. Did I lock the front door? What's that meeting about tomorrow? Why did I say that weird thing in 2019 at the grocery store? Suddenly, you're not just awake, you're wide-eyed and trapped in a mental sprint. The more you try to stop the thoughts, the faster they come. You're caught in a loop and sleep feels 1,000 miles away. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Here's the truth. Trying to force your mind to relax in this state is like telling a toddler on a sugar high to sit still and meditate. It's just not happening. But you can guide your brain gently back to calm without wrestling it into submission. How with sound? Yes, the right kind of audio can act like a lasso for your mind. It gathers the scattered thoughts, slows them down, and tucks them into a soft rhythm, no willpower required. Not all sounds are equal. But before you reach for your phone to start scrolling for a quick distraction, let's get one thing straight. Social media is a trap. The flashing lights, dopamine spikes, and rabbit holes are the enemies of rest. What you need instead are sonic shortcuts, gentle audio tools that work with your brain, not against it. Here are 3 powerful options that can help you drift off without drama. 1. Pink noise, nature's gentle lullaby. You've probably heard of white noise, that static hiss like a broken TV channel. But have you met its softer, smarter cousin? Pink noise is like the sound of gentle rain on a roof wind, brushing through leaves or waves whispering against the shore. It's not just relaxing, it's scientifically proven to support sleep. While white noise plays all sound frequencies at equal volume, which can feel harsh and grating, pink noise lowers the high pitches, creating a deeper, richer sound. It forms a soft blanket of auditory comfort that your brain can settle into. In fact, a 2017 study from Northwestern University found that pink noise boosted deep sleep and even improved memory the next day. Keep a small Bluetooth speaker by your bed or preload a pink noise track on your device. Set the volume low just enough to hear, not to dominate. Let the sound roll gently over you like mist, helping your thoughts fade into the background. 2. Guided sleep meditations. A voice that leads you home. If your mind wants direction, not just background noise, try a short guided meditation. Nothing long or complex. Just 5 to 10 minutes of a calming voice walking you through deep breathing or a body scan. Imagine someone saying, "Feel your toes relax, now your calves, now your thighs." It's like a bedtime story for grown-ups, but instead of dragons or plot twists, it gives your brain something simple to follow, just enough structure to keep it from spiraling, but not so much that it stays alert. Don't stress about finding the perfect one. There are hundreds of free guided meditations on YouTube, Spotify, or podcast apps. Just preview it first to make sure there are no jarring ads or loud intros. Use a sleep timer to avoid the app running all night. 3. Boring audiobooks. Yes, you heard me. If you're more of a word lover than a nature sound person, try a monotone audiobook. Emphasis on monotone. This is not the time for Stephen King or a dramatic reading of epic space battles. Go for something intentionally dull but pleasant. Think a slow history of Victorian gardening, a geology lecture on sedimentary rocks, a collection of essays on the migratory patterns of birds. The goal is a low-energy, steady voice that holds your attention just enough to keep your mind from spinning, but without any cliffhangers that snap you back awake. I once fell asleep to a man explaining the life cycle of moss. Out cold in 10 minutes. I don't even like moss. But that slow, meandering voice lulled me right into sleep. Again, set a timer. Keep the volume barely audible. You want it to feel like a whisper in the background, not a lecture blasting through the dark. Why it works. Your brain loves rhythm. There's a reason this all works, and it's not magic. It's neuroscience. Your brain is wired to respond to rhythm and repetition. When your mind is racing, it's like a car stuck in 5th gear. Sound helps downshift from panic to presence, from chaos to calm. A 2013 review in Sleep Medicine Reviews found that low-level consistent sounds like pink noise or guided meditation reduced arousal in the nervous system, cutting the time it takes to fall asleep. It's not about drowning out your thoughts, it's about offering them a softer road to travel. So, what's next time look like? Next time, it's 400 a.m., and your thoughts are sprinting laps around your mind. Skip the scrolling. Don't reach for the remote or turn on the lights. Instead, press play on Pink Noise, a soothing voice, or a slow and sleepy audiobook. Keep the sound low. Keep it calm. Let it wrap around your overworked brain like a warm, soft blanket. And just like that, you'll start to feel it. The hamster wheel slows. The storm quiets. And sleep returns. So there you have it, 5 powerful science-backed steps to transform those unsettling early morning wake-ups into moments of peace, clarity, and even healing. From warming your feet to stretching your spine to writing your emotions down, every tip is about tuning into your body and mind with kindness, not frustration. Now I want to hear from you. What's one thing from this video you're excited to try tonight? Warm lemon water, a sleepy audiobook, that 1-minute gentle reset? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one. And if you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss another way to make your nights and days just a little better. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next one.